DeFi refers to an ecosystem of financial applications built on blockchain networks. You might think that sounds nice, but what can you really do with DeFi? Well, with a crypto wallet and some crypto, you can access a range of financial services, including borrowing, lending, payment, staking, and swaps, if you're in a country where such services are permitted. With a few clicks on a computer or smartphone, you can enjoy many financial services that usually would require a bank visit and many complicated procedures. This module will explain how some of the most popular DeFi products work and how you can use them. As of 2022, most DeFi services are for lending and borrowing, staking, and liquidity pools. Financial services such as mortgages and insurance are also natural use cases for DeFi, but we are still at a very early stage for these. Blockchain-based insurance, for example, is mostly confined to insurance for certain types of crypto deposits and investments. Before we get into these DeFi services, we must first explain the concept of a stablecoin. A stablecoin is a type of cryptocurrency whose price is typically pegged to other assets, like the US dollar or gold. The pegging mechanism is designed to achieve price stability of the stablecoin. You may ask, why do we need stablecoins? Well, we know that crypto prices are very volatile. Suppose you put up some Bitcoin as collateral to borrow $1,000. If Bitcoin price goes down a lot, your lender may become nervous and ask you to put up more Bitcoin as collateral, or sell your Bitcoin so that the lender can get the money back. If you can use cryptos with relatively stable prices as collateral, then this problem can be alleviated. The need for cryptos with price stability exists in most crypto transactions. That's why stablecoins are a vital component of the DeFi ecosystem. Now that we know what stablecoins are, let's go into crypto borrowing and lending, which is among the most popular applications in the DeFi space. Crypto lending works by taking crypto from one user and providing it to another with interest. In most cases, the loan taker must put up some collateral before borrowing any crypto. On the other side of the loan, you may have a smart contract that mints stablecoins to lend out, or a platform lending out funds from another user. The exact method of managing the process changes from platform to platform. You can find crypto lending services on centralized and decentralized platforms, but the core principles remain the same. Crypto borrowing and lending is usually done without credit checks, and loan transactions are settled instantly. These features could be a boon or a bane. You need to be careful with various risks that could lead to losses. Another popular DeFi application is decentralized exchanges, often called DEXs. These platforms allow users to trade or swap digital assets without a trusted intermediary. The trades are made directly between user wallets with the help of smart contracts. Some exchanges, known as automated market makers, use liquidity pools to facilitate trading without directly needing a counterparty to match your trade. You can think of them as a robot, always willing to quote you a price between two assets, essentially allowing anyone to become a market maker on an exchange and earn fees for providing liquidity. Another popular DeFi service is yield optimization, also known as yield farming. This refers to DeFi dApps that automate and optimize the yield gained from reward pools, staking, and other interest-bearing products. If these DeFi products sound attractive, you might wonder, where can I access DeFi products? Ethereum has long been the traditional home of DeFi. However, there are now many blockchains with healthy DeFi ecosystems. Almost any network with smart contract capabilities can host DeFi dApps. Finding credible DeFi protocols requires extensive research. Online forums, messengers, and websites can help you learn about new opportunities. However, you need to be extremely careful with any information you find. Always be cautious and double-check the safety of any DeFi products you read or hear about. In the first two modules, we have discussed smart contracts and dApps without explaining precisely what they are. We'll do that in the next module.
Now let's look at what you have learned in this class. Answer this question in the comments, and if it's correct, we'll let you know with a like. Which of the following is our DeFi use cases? Choose all that apply. A. Crypto mining. B. Crypto borrowing and lending. C. Centralized exchanges. D. Yield farming. E. Decentralized exchanges.